Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's. What are we calling it? You came up with a name.
Yeah, okay. LAR, live, no,
Live
live
album review.
film review. Yes, there we go.
LAR. Today we're
LAR.
going to be reacting to a Cakra Khan album. If it's your first time here, make sure you subscribe and also subscribe to our main channel where we do song reactions. This is an album reaction today on this channel. So I will share the screen and we will have a look at it quickly and then we'll get going. So this is Cakra Khan's album, simply called Cakra Khan, from 2013. So it's quite an old one. It has 10 songs on it. Looks like they're all, or most of them, apart from track 7 there, are Indonesian songs in the Indonesian language, it seems. So, yeah, I mean, you looking forward to it?
Yeah, listen, we've always really enjoyed listening to his voice. So hopefully that will stay there. So hopefully we have some mixtures of, some slow sort of ballad type ones and maybe some couple of surprise upbeat ones. But yeah, I'm just looking forward to listening to his voice because it's always been quite soothing and quite nice to listen to because it puts a lot of emotion into things.
Yeah. So let's go then.
Sempat ku mengerti, kau tunjukkan arah saat ku tersesat, beri cahaya saat ku sendiri dalam gelap. Namun waktu tak pernah rela menunggu, hingga akhirnya kau pergi. Terlambat ku sadari kau teramat berarti. Terlambat ku kembali dan untuk menanti kesempatan kedua yang takkan mungkin pernah ada. Nafas, siramkan air saat aku dalam kekeringan. Namun tak pernah ku hiraukan semuanya, hingga kini pun kau tiada. Terlambat ku sadari kau teramat berarti. Terlambat untuk kembali dan untuk menanti kesempatan kedua yang takkan mungkin pernah ada.
Okay, so yeah, for me, that song, at the start, it was like a first half of the song. So yeah, it's quite nice. Nothing, out of this world. It's just a nice kind of ballad. But then the sort of second half of the song, for me, was much more interesting because that's where we really got to hear Cakra's vocals and really got to appreciate it. Because I think before then, I was kind of thinking to myself, yeah, he's doing well. It's a nice song, but we've heard other songs of his where we've gone like, wow, his voice is amazing. I think at the first half of that song, you couldn't really tell, but as the song went on, you certainly could. But I think that's a good thing. Like that's how songs should be, right? They start off a bit, slow, low tempo, and then build up. That's generally how songs are a lot of the time. So yeah, I actually really like that song by the end of it. And I think in terms of the actual song itself, whether it's his song or not, I don't know. If he wrote it or he's covering it, I don't know. But I remember we did Vanny Vabiola recently. She also sung in Indonesian, but we had the English lyrics up. And I remember saying it's like a kind of throwback to kind of those nice, innocent kind of love songs that we used to have in the UK and in English language. Don't hear them now. The song's a bit more edgy. I felt this is kind of along the same lines, that kind of like traditional type of song that you don't hear so much or that are not made so much these days in the English language. And I've got a feeling that's maybe how the album is going to go along these lines. I may be wrong, but we'll see. Anyway, what about you?
Yeah, it says all the same points I was going to say. It reminds me of that sort of 90s sort of love ballads type kind of songs. I had in my mind sort of the Whitney Houston When You Believe, which we did not that long ago. Had those sort of same of elements, sort of slow and simple at the start. It did build up a little bit towards the end. And yeah, like you, I did really enjoy it more so at the end. And just a really nice sort of opening song. We saw elements of that sort of roughness, huskiness to his voice. Not as much as we've had previously. Hopefully we might get a bit more a bit later on. But yeah, otherwise just a nice opening track.
tak dapat ku hilangkan. Terlalu lama ku hanya memikirkan saja. Terlalu mudah ku jatuh cinta. Terhempas aku karena badai rindu yang tak pernah berlalu. Semakin ku mengerti kau takkan ku miliki. Terlalu indah hingga ku tak sanggup miliki. Terlalu dalam dan tak dapat ku hilangkan. Terlalu lama ku hanya memikirkan saja. Terlalu mudah ku jatuh cinta. Terlalu indah hingga ku tak sanggup memiliki. Terlalu dalam dan tak dapat ku hilangkan. Terlalu lama ku hanya memikirkan saja. Terlalu mudah ku jatuh cinta.
Right. So, Brett, do you want to give us your expert insights into that song then?
No, I won't give any experts on that song, but I'll give my thoughts. Listen, I really enjoyed that. It kind of has a sort of olden sort of feel to it. Can't quite sort of put my finger on it, but like what I imagine back in the day being sort of like a catchy sort of upbeat song. Yeah, I really like that. I really enjoyed the tune, from a head bopping, the toes tapping, a little bit of a change again, still very slow and very softly sung stuff, but yeah, at least a little change up. So I like that. I did enjoy it.
Yeah, it was definitely had more of a kind of tune to it. Definitely, yeah, more head boppy. But I don't think I did like this one as much. It wasn't as nice a song as the first one. When I say nice, I just mean the first song had that kind of more magical, romantic feel. So we don't know what they're singing about. So I might be wrong, but it just had that feel to it. Whereas this song, yeah, it was just more kind of a bit more head boppy, a bit more kind of jazzed up. I felt for the most part it was kind of like one pace, kind of one kind of level. I mean, towards the end, he did go up a few notches with his voice, but and this one a little bit boring, I would say, for me. So yeah, it was interesting, but hopefully there'll be better ones to come. Right, looks like we've got a nice slow ballad.
Terakhir ku katakan padamu, jangan tangisi perpisahan ini. Kau harus kuat melepasku pergi dari hidupmu. Kelak kau kan mengerti mengapa semua ini harus terjadi. Memang tak sejalan dengan yang kau inginkan dan yang kau mau. Cinta ini selalu untukmu. Rasaku takkan mungkin pernah habis meski kita tak lagi bersama. Jiwaku tetap utuh untukmu. semua ini harus terjadi. Memang tak sejalan dengan yang kau inginkan dan yang ku mau. Cinta ini selalu untukmu, rasaku takkan mungkin pernah habis meski kita tak lagi bersama. Jiwaku tetap utuh untukmu.
Yeah, so that's, for me, that song had, I suppose if we're comparing, was much more similar to the first song than it was to the second song. In the sense of it was, a slow ballad, had that kind of slow start, and then had the kind of epicness towards the end. I felt like with this song we could probably appreciate his voice maybe a little bit more, especially at the beginning. It was mainly his voice rather than instruments being played. So yeah, another nice kind of 90s sounding love ballad. And yeah, nice towards the end, where it really kind of reached its peak. So yeah, fairly decent.
Yeah, very similar to the first song. But I feel like I feel like this one had a bit more oomph to it. And as you said, yeah, definitely his singing voice a bit more prominent as well. And as we said, like with the first one, like we just don't get songs like that anymore. It just feels very. Again, we're going down to the 90s route, and we'll keep it to that there. But we just don't get songs like that anymore these days. So just nice sung love ballads kind of thing. But again, really nice.
Yeah, a lot of songs these days are very edgy, aren't they?
Not so much edginess at the moment.
Yeah, not with this album, that's for sure. Okay. Another nice ballad.
Of course.
Di setiap kisah, entah mengapa selalu aku dipaksa jadi yang kalah, bahkan mengalah kamu tinggalkan aku kehilanganmu, semangat hidupku di dirimu, pagi menjadi siang, siang menjadi malam, malam kembali jadi pagi. tapi tidak cintamu yang tak jua kembali. Aku masih sangat berharap. Di setiap kisah, entah mengapa selalu aku dipaksa jadi yang kalah, bahkan mengalahkanmu. Tinggalkan aku kehilanganmu, semangat hidupku di dirimu, di dirimu. Yeah. Pagi menjadi siang, siang menjadi malam, malam kembali jadi pagi, tapi tidak cintamu yang tak jua kembali. Aku masih sangat berharap. Pagi menjadi siang, siang menjadi malam, malam kembali jadi pagi. Yeah. Tapi tidak cintamu yang tak jua kembali. Yeah. Aku masih sangat berharap, sangat berharap.
Right. Take us through that one then.
Yeah, listen, another sort of solid track similar to the previous one and track one. But again, we had a little bit of that sort of little guitar solo bit there, a bit more stronger, louder singing from Cakra Khan and some of those bits there. But otherwise, again, it just seems like a really nice sort of ballad song. Can't really sort of choose between out of those three ballad ones, which would be the best ones. But I quite like this one. Just had there's a little bit of differences to the others.
Yeah, I agree. I think it was similar to the first track and the third track. You know, very much along the same sort of lines. That slow ballad, and then kind of gets a bit spicy towards the end. Yeah, a bit of guitar play as well. So yeah, it was nice. But I am wondering, like, where's the album going to go from here? Is this all we're going to get? You know, based on from what I know about Cakra Khan, I've got a feeling it is. He may throw a few curveballs in there, like that track 2 is a bit different. There's an English language track as well coming up at some point. I just think when you come to a whole album, it would be nice to have a little bit of variety. I'm not saying we're not going to have the variety. We'll have to wait and see on that one. Let's see what we get next.
Music is personal. Have the power to set the tone from start to stop with Spotify Premium. Listen to all your favorite playlists and albums in any order, and download any track to play offline, all with no ad breaks. Just uninterrupted music listening. Tap the banner to learn more.
Tap the banner.
Aku berjalan di tengah lautan, sakit hati sama kamu, tentang kamu, karena kamu. Aku merasa tertinggal dan sepi. Aku rindu sama kamu, tentang kamu, karena kamu. Dimana hatimu yang dulu kamu berikan, yang dulu bisa ku banggakan, penuhi hariku. Aku merasa tertinggal dan sepi. Aku rindu sama kamu, tentang kamu, karena kamu. Oh, di mana hatimu yang dulu kamu berikan, yang dulu bisa ku banggakan, penuhi hariku. Oh, di mana cintamu yang dulu kamu janjikan, yang dulu telah ku bayangkan, kan jadi hidupku. Cuma begini saja kisah yang kita punya, sampai segini saja ku di depan matamu. Mana hatimu yang dulu kamu berikan, yang dulu bisa ku banggakan, penuhi hariku. Di mana cintamu yang dulu kamu janjikan, yang dulu telah ku bayangkan, kan jadi hidupku. Di mana hatimu?
Right. Yeah, that's the standout track for me so far. I liked it from the beginning. Obviously, it doesn't necessarily mean that much because you don't know where it's going to go from there. I might have some trouble explaining this. So, it was very different to those three ballads, right? And also, obviously very different to that other track too as well. So, it was more like a kind of, it was still kind of ballady, but it was more like a kind of, more like, I don't know, like a typical pop song. It was like I had a beat the whole way through. His voice had a lot of oomph the whole way through. It wasn't like he started off slowly and then built up. This was more my cup of tea, this song. I think it had a proper chorus as well. And at the end, we had sort of a woman's voice as well in the background. Yeah, this is for me by far and away the best song. I just think with the other songs, even though they've been not quite nice songs, you could argue, well, they've been a little bit on the boring side, but not this one. This was a good one. What about you?
Yeah, like you, this is definitely a standout track for me. Really enjoyed this one. Also, like you, struggled to sort of best explain it. That's what I was thinking. Is that this one, as you said, felt more like a pop song. It felt like more like, you know, it was part of the band, kind of thing, whilst the other ones felt more like just him singing with a backing track. I know we had like a little bit of guitar in the other ones as well, but this one felt like we had, like I said, women singing as well. We just felt there was more of a band, just for more going on to it, more oomph, as you said, with his voice, more oomph with the music. Still had that kind of ballad, sort of emotional feel to it there, but yeah, a little bit of Snow Patrol vibes in a very loose sense. But that's just the point being that it more just had more of a band element to it.
Okay.
Hari sepi, kenangan membunuh perlahan. Mirisnya hati, merasakan sedihnya aku. Daratan pastilah ada tebingnya, sedang lautan pastilah ada pantainya, dan cakrawala pastilah ada ujungnya. Tapi pedihku tiada batasnya. Aku seorang yang tak lepas darimu, masa laluku. Aku seorang yang melemah tanpamu. Betapa aku tak bisa lepas dari bayangmu. Takkan pernah jemu merindu dirimu. Aku seorang yang tak lepas darimu, masa laluku. Aku seorang yang melemah tanpamu.
Right, let's hear from the expert then. Go on, what did you think of that?
Oh, talking to me. Sorry. Keep getting confused over there. Yeah, listen, we're back to this sort of that again, I say the same thing, that 90s ballad. I mean, you just don't hear songs like that now anymore. It sounded really familiar. I was trying to think what song it was sort of reminding me of. Hopefully, maybe you've got an idea, maybe something on that. But in fact, that's all, like kind of sort of 90s, like even like Disney animated movie, just really nice these songs. So even though this felt less like a band, we had more sort of a choir singing in the background as well. That's all more emphasis on the voice and building up all the way through. And as you saw, we were sort of this one sort of swayed to back and forth. Just a really nice. I think it's probably, from what I remember, even though it wasn't that long ago, the stronger one of the ballad ones. I think, I don't know. I feel like it had something more uplifting to it than the others, and maybe that was just purely with the choir sort of held back singing. But yeah, a standard Cakra Khan 90s ballad love song.
Yeah, so I can't think what it didn't really remind me of anything, but I think you said there kind of almost like a sort of Disney soundtrack song. I definitely could imagine it being like a Disney soundtrack. So hard to explain this one. I think it was better than what we keep referring to as the three of those ballads at the beginning, apart from the second track, which was different. It was better than them because it had more oomph to it. It also had the help from the backing singers. I don't think I liked it as much as the previous song, but I'd say it's probably my second favourite song because it was that sort of ballady feel, but it had a little bit more to it than the other ballads that we talked about earlier. So it's a good one. Now the next song is the soul English language song, Thanks to You, and it's also featuring Yakko. Do you know Yakko?
Was he one of the Animaniacs? Is that a bit of a throwback there?
The what? Animaniacs? What's an Animaniac?
Oh, we'll save that for another day.
Yes, he was. Okay, let's go.
Tahukah kawanku, dulu kau remukkan hatiku, anggapku tak mampu, takkan jadi siapa-siapa. Ku hanyalah diam, tetapi tak diam. Ku di dalam diam, tetap mencoba. Menjual jadi pemenang, aku kan mulia. Thanks to you, kawanku, thanks to you, mimpiku menjadi nyata kini. Thanks to you, karena ejekanmu, tegarku berdiri, tersenyum pasti. Tahukah kawanku, dulu kau remukkan hatiku, anggapku tak mampu, takkan jadi siapa-siapa. Hanyalah diam, tetapi tak diam. Di dalam diam, tetap mencoba. Menjual jadi pemenang, lakukan dunia. Thanks to you, kawanku, thanks to you, mimpiku menjadi nyata kini. Thanks to you, karena ejekanmu, tegarku berdiri, tersenyum pasti.
Yo, to those so-called friends, stop acting like you're a friend. Get it off your chest, stop making a mess, I know what you came here for. You think you can beat us? No, I won't give up, no. Thanks to you, cause I will not.
Thanks to you, Aku thank you, bikin menjadi dapat ini. Thank you, karena izinkanmu tegakku berdiri, tersenyum pasti. Thanks to you, bikin menjadi. Thanks to you, karena izinkanmu tegakku berdiri, tersenyum pasti. Gonna live my life with the light, living a good life. Gonna live my life before the light, living a good life. Thanks to you.
Wowzers. Edgy.
Were you expecting that? Yeah.
How edgy was that? My days.
Not only was it edgy, there was edginess within the edginess as well.
Unbelievable. So I was not expecting that. Well, firstly, I thought the whole song was going to be in English. It wasn't. I think the rapping bit wasn't it. But yeah, I mean, I think I said a few songs ago, like, what are we going to get with this? Are we just going to go along the same kind of road with all these slow ballads? And the answer is no. It's not how we've gone, because then the song after that I really liked, and the one after that was quite good as well. Now this one has completely kind of thrown me off guard there. Yeah, this is definitely the experimental track from Cakra here. Yeah, it's not what I expect from him. He's with all the reactions we do to him, it's always his slow kind of singing in his studio, and that was something different. And you know what? It worked. I really like that. I mean, I could say it's the best track, but it's so different to the other track that I really liked. There's just completely different songs. I don't think it's fair to say one's better than the other. I just like them equally, but just different sort of genres of music. So yeah, I would say that's a tie at the top for me. Really surprised by that. Really enjoyed it, and that rapping as well. I wasn't expecting that. Yeah, loved it.
Yeah, had a bit of both of us in there. Like me at the start, that sort of dancey, sort of it wasn't really synth music, but it was more dance music. And then the rapping out of nowhere, which was great. What I found really strange is I feel not that it didn't work, but I did feel his voice didn't work as well as it probably could have done with the type of song it was. And it showed, because I think his singing and his voice didn't come out as strong as some of his other ones. But yeah, what an experimental, edgy track that was. I know it's at the start, probably ballads. There might be the odd not ballad-like one. And to be fair, I thought we probably had them. I wasn't expecting anything like that at all. And I just have a few. Is my standout favourite song. But I just said, because it's just so different to the others, there's probably another one that could be a favourite because it just was one so different. But yeah, wow. Still in shock.
Okay, let's see if we're going to get back to reality then now, the next one. Yeah.
Dari dirimu, tatamu tak sehangat dulu. Kau makin menjauh tanpa ku sadari bahwa akulah yang harus mengerti. Ku lakukan semua untukmu, tak perlu kau tanya pedih dalam hatiku. Dan bila kau memilih untuk pergi, takkan ku sesali. Cinta
Cintamu bukan untukku. Kau takkan pernah tahu betapa dalamnya perasaan ini. Lebih dari yang terlihat, bahkan lebih dari yang mungkin kau rasakan. Lakukan semua untukmu, tak perlu kau tanya di dalam hatiku. Dan bila kau memilih untuk pergi, takkan ku sesali. Cintamu bukan untukku. Sekali dalam hidupku aku mencintai dan buatku terluka. Lakukan semua untukmu, tak perlu kau tanya di dalam hatiku. Bila kau memilih untuk pergi, takkan ku sesali. Cintamu bukan untukku. Dan bila kau memilih untuk pergi, takkan ku sesali. Takkan ku sesali. Cintamu bukan untukku. Cintamu bukan untukku.
Right, little man, take it away.
Yeah, so straight back to earth, to normal business resumes. I feel like this ballad track might have had maybe a mix of all some of the other things all together. So we had a little bit of a Bacchus back. I was going backing singers, but it felt like it was more like one girl on her own at times. We had a little guitar riff solo there as well. Bit of a band sort of playing the up on there. So I think just again another sort of standard ballad song from the album. But I feel like this one, yeah, it's sort of like a mixture of all the other ones we've had previously.
Yeah, I think if you go back to those first three ballads we kept talking about, I think again this one had more to it. So I definitely preferred this one to those earlier ones in the album. Why did it have more to it? I think that female singer helped. And again, it just had a bit more oomph to it throughout. It didn't, I don't know. Again, voice came across strong, and yeah, it was a good, powerful, slightly more entertaining ballad maybe than some of the earlier ones that we had on the album. When I come to thinking, I think those earlier ones were just lacking something a little bit as nice and pleasant as they were, whereas the last few ballads have been a bit more enhanced, I'd say. Okay, let's move on to the next track.
Mika?
Aku terperangkap di antara dua hati yang mencintaiku, yang mencintaiku. Bingung tak menentu siapa yang benar-benar mencintaiku, mencintaiku. Mereka berlomba saling mencuri mendapatkan hatiku. Oh, siapa yang pantas yang bisa ku andalkan? Bukan rayuan, bukan pujian. Yang aku butuhkan cinta apa adanya. Aku pilih dia.
Pilih-pilih dia, pilih-pilih dia.
Tuhan tolong aku, siapa yang benar-benar aku cintai, hidup dan mati. Beri petunjukmu, biar aku takkan salah pilih yang tepat, tepat akurat. Mereka berlomba saling mencuri mendapatkan hatiku. Siapa yang pantas yang bisa ku andalkan? Bukan rayuan, bukan pujian. Yang aku butuhkan cinta apa adanya. Aku pilih dia. Siapa yang pantas yang bisa ku andalkan? Bukan rayuan, bukan pujian. Yang aku butuhkan cinta apa adanya. Aku pilih dia.
Bukan pujian.
Yang aku butuhkan cinta apa adanya. Aku pilih dia.
Pilih-pilih dia.
Oh, 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 oh. Aku pilih dia. Aku pilih dia.
Okay, so this was it's similar to track 5, the one that I really liked, in the sense of it was more like a kind of just pop song, not the kind of ballady type that we've been quite used to on this album. So yeah, it was quite lively, and yeah, lively, entertaining. Again, we had the female kind of backing. It's a bit weird. I think it was like the first 4 tracks didn't have this kind of female backing, and then like since track 5 they've had it. So it's almost like, I don't know, maybe they turned up late to the studio or something and just didn't bother using them in the first 4 tracks. I don't know. But yeah, I like that. It gives it a nice kind of addition. I don't know. It just kind of adds to it. Gives the song a bit more. I don't know what the word is, but like just gives the song something a bit extra. Kind of completes the song when you have those female backers. They're not like too intrusive. They just fit in at the right time. So yeah, I liked it. It was good. Right,
Yeah, I liked it as well. Something very different. It had this sort of Sesame Street, really happy-go-lucky kind of, stuff like Mika kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's weird when I think back, a bit like the track that we really like, the sort of dancey track, where his voice doesn't quite fit in to certain genres. This could be in that sort of case as well. Especially, what I'm trying to say, not that it doesn't fit. So I like his voice, and I think it did work there. But if we think back in comparison to some of the reaction ones we've done, where he's done really,
it's like taking our breath away.
yeah. Well, this feels like a totally different end of the spectrum. Really nice, really good. I'm glad we've got something different on the album. But yeah, I was thinking of in comparison to some of those video reaction ones where we really get a Cakra Khan deep, emotional voice there. This is just very different to that. But yeah, I did enjoy it.
Yeah, okay. Let's go to the last track then. See if that pulls any surprises for us.
Sendiri ku diam dan merenungkan jalan yang kan membawaku pergi untuk menjauh darimu yang mulai berhenti mencoba bertahan untuk terus bersamaku. Ku berlari, kau terdiam, ku menangis, kau tersenyum, ku berduka, kau bahagia, ku pergi, kau kembali. Ku coba meraih mimpi, kau coba untuk hentikan mimpi. Memang kita takkan menyatu. Bayangkan ku hilang tak kembali untuk mempertanyakan lagi cintamu yang mungkin tak berarti untukku rindukan. Ku berlari, kau terdiam, ku menangis, kau tersenyum, ku berduka, kau bahagia, ku pergi, kau kembali. Ku coba meraih mimpi, kau coba untuk gantikan mimpi. Memang kita takkan menyatu. Ini harusnya kita coba saling melupakan kita pernah bersama. Ku berlari, kau terdiam, ku menangis, kau tersenyum, ku berduka, kau bahagia, ku pergi, kau kembali. Ku coba meraih mimpi, kau coba untuk gantikan mimpi. Memang kita takkan
Okay then, Brett, tell us what you thought of that one.
Yeah, so I feel like we went full circle and ended up back at the beginning, like the first track. The only difference is, you know how you said about the female singer coming a bit later to the studio. I think it's the same with the guitar player as well. I don't remember the guitar been so predominant in the first or second track, maybe the second one, but definitely I don't think so much in the first one, and it seems to be been playing quite a lot in the up ones towards the end there. But yeah, we sort of had the ballad, but only a bit more sort of imp stuff there towards the end, like I said, with the guitar stuff. But yeah, it felt very similar to the first track, and I think it sort of brought the album in a nice full circle, really. Just sort of nice way to sort of end it, pretty much like as we started it.
Yeah, I mean, I found that one perhaps a little bit underwhelming. We didn't have the female singer, I think, that one, and it was, pleasant enough, but just kind of, I don't know, I didn't bring anything new to the table, I guess. But then I suppose you could argue it's the last song. Just have it's nice to just finish it off in a nice stable way. Don't need to have any fireworks at the end, I guess. But just for me, a bit of a forgettable track, to be honest. So if we're summing up, yeah, I was fairly impressed by that. I mean, you've got to remember as well, this album is from 2013, so that's when the album was released as well. So the songs may have been recorded way before then. I don't know. I think I should imagine a lot of the reactions we've been doing to Cakra Khan have been much later than that. So maybe his voice has developed, or he sings in different ways now. I don't know. So yeah, I enjoyed it. It was obviously a kind of ballad-heavy album, but there was some variation there as well. We had a couple of those kind of what I would call more traditional, typical kind of pop songs. A bit more of a beat to them. We had that standout, crazy song with a rap. So yeah, there was a fair bit to it. We had the backers as well, female backers in a lot of the songs. So yeah, I enjoyed it. I would probably say as well, I think kind of about what you were talking about with that previous song. I think it just in general, the whole album as a whole, didn't maybe really hear, I don't want to say we didn't hear the best of Cakra Khan's voice, but I just think when we've done a lot of those reactions, single song reactions of his, there's been moments where he's just taken our breath away with his voice. And I don't think really at any moment in this album I could really say I was completely taken away by his voice. There were some really, good moments in some of the ballads, particularly towards the end of the songs, where he did some really good, it did sound great. But again, that might be to do with just progression in his, in his career. So yeah, possibly you could argue some of the songs were not like a great fit for him vocally. I'm not sure, but yeah, overall, fairly positive. Quite enjoyed it. What about you?
Yeah, I think pretty much the same sort of stuff that you said there. Sort of a nice, good, easy listening album to listen to. We definitely obviously had more of the sort of ballad ones there, which some could have been underwhelming there. And as I said, yeah, in comparison to like some of his video reaction ones, yes, there were good points with his voice singing and coming through, but not in the same way as those sort of YouTube reactions that we've done of his. We were worried that there was going to just be like the first track all the way through, and those surprise ones did come in, and what a surprise a couple of them were as well. So there was a bit of variation with that there as well. So yeah, so again, from what I'm saying, really enjoyed the album, love listening to it, but probably deep down, I probably would enjoy just listening to some of his reaction ones individually as an album rather than.
Well, can I just say as well, you could argue as well, maybe that's also helps the fact those reactions we've been listening to are kind of English songs, or English songs that we're familiar with as well. It might help.
That's true, and a good point as well, actually. So yeah, I should take that into consideration. But overall, I think for me, still that dancey soundtrack one is still an absolute highlight, just because it was so unexpected, and then unexpected stuff within the unexpected song as well. And I said it shouldn't work, but it did work. I still think his voice wasn't ideal for it, but it was still really nice. Then I definitely will be going back to listen to that again. That's for sure.
Well, I was going to ask you, is that going to be finding one of your playlists anytime soon?
It was good. I think it could get onto a playlist, I'd say, because I think even just purely just if it comes on, even if I don't end up listening to it, move on, just that initially thinking to remind me of just that surpriseness and just sort of how out there it kind of was in a way. I make it as if it was like a really totally out there song. It wasn't. It's just, but I know you get it in terms of what we've been used to with Cakra Khan on his album, from what we were having on his album as well. So yeah.
Okay, guys. So that is it from us. Terima kasih. Just before we go, this is our new channel. We are in the process of, racking up the numbers, subscribers. So subscribe if you haven't already. You can donate to our channel on coffee.com and also directly via YouTube, not on this channel, but on our main channel. I'll put a link down below, hopefully, if I remember. So subscribe to our main channel as well if you haven't. The reason we take donations is because if you have a request, we will guarantee and prioritize it for you. So guys, once again, terima kasih and see you again soon for the next one.